Video from my February 27th, 2016 dive to the oil rigs aboard the Pacific Star. I hadn't been out on the water for almost 2 months. This El Nino this year has really put a hamper on diving. This was a great trip because it was filled with my friends. There were 6 of us from Misfit Divers on board, and a bunch of the Power Scuba regulars. Austin and I scootered the first dive. Here you can see Austin coming into frame with his little Piranha scooter. This thing was a blast. This is probably my favorite shot of the trip. Austin had no idea this sea lion was behind him. We scooted around the outside quite a bit, and as you saw earlier, we also scooted through the inner pilings. Going through the inner pilings are my favorite thing to do because you feel like a jet fighter. Here's Austin demonstrating a barrel roll. And here is proof that hell is frozen over. Here's JP in his new dry suit trying out Austin's scooter. Because he didn't have a crotch D-ring, he had to use a different scootering technique, whereby he held the handle at about the, 2 o'clock position, put his hand on the other side at about the same, and allowed the scooter to pull him that way. So he's actually holding on with his hands, versus the normal method, you attach a rope to your crotch strap and you let the scooter pull you. It's much less fatiguing. And this was another great sea lion encounter. The sea lions were pretty active. No bait balls, but we had plenty of visitors. And if you know my dive buddies, this was one of their favorite encounters. You can see JP's enthusiasm right here. The pilings above 60 feet have been scrubbed, but life is starting to return. There are all these purple sea anemones that are different than the strawberry anemone. I saw this guy, a sheep's crab, at about 70 or 80 feet. I can only imagine how far he must have walked to get there. This ended up being a great set of dives. I was really concerned by how rough the water was supposed to be, but the swell period was long, so it really wasn't all that bad. I really hope conditions to continue to improve, and that we can get out more often.